Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I hope I'm audible to everyone. In the last class, we started the journey of one of the topic called as strings. No, Shushma. Guys, whenever we don't have a class, we do send a mail. You can refer to it, okay? So we do started the concept of strings. In Java, strings are of two types. Just tell me one thing, guys. Whenever you create a string with this predefined class, whenever you create a string with this predefined class, immutable string gets created or mutable string? What is the type of string which gets created? Immutable. What is the real meaning of immutability? I hope everyone understood. Yes, no, maybe. Right now, my dear friends, I will say string type of S1 equals to telescope. S1, please see very carefully. Plus, I will say here Java. I will reassign to S1. If I print system dot out dot println S1, what is the output? In the last class, if you have understood, what is the outcome we will get from here? Telesco Java. Just to tell me one thing, guys. Immutability means, is it equivalent to final keyword? No. I can reassign the value, but is it the same Telesco object getting changed or new Telesco object getting created? Initially, S1 was referring here. Right now, S1 is referring to this. A new object. Tell me, first part, wherever the reference variable is referring to, it is referring to Telesco object present inside which area? Line number 1. It is referring to Telesco object present in SCP. And S1 right now in this line is referring to which Telesco object present in heap or SCP? Wonderful answers from all of you guys. Now, guys, I'll do one thing here. I will say final. Wonderful. Final string S1 equals to telescope. After which I will say here S1 equals to S1 plus Java. Based on your general understanding, can I do this? Can we do this? Right now, S1, it is final, right? Everyone in the class? I'll go back here. I'll go back here. Within this, any class. Let me just take one more class here. I will say new class launch string 4. Okay. I will say here final string type of S1 equals to, I will say here telescope. Great. After which I will say S1 equals to S1 plus I would like to concatenate Java. Guys, are we not getting compile time error? The error says, see, the final variable cannot be reassigned. Is it because of immutability or is it because of final keyword? Immutability. Making sense, everyone? S1 is referring to first on the stack area, but it is referring to heap area because at the time of concatenation, you're using the reference variable. It will be resolved at the runtime. Hence, it is on the heap area. Yesterday's class, we have discussed this, Parveen. In the last class, yesterday's class, I have told you, so only entire class is answering me. Okay. Whenever reference variable is involved, it is always on the heap area. Okay. See here, reference variables are involved. Same thing we had discussed in last class also. Okay. Now it is because of immutability or final keyword, guys. Is it because of immutability or final keyword? Final keyword, not because of immutability. Making sense? Guys, I will say here final string type of it is compile time error. String type of S1 equals to, I will say here telescope. Okay, great. After which I'll say S1 plus, maybe I'll say here space Java. Great. And I will reassign that to string type of S2. Any problem here? Guys, I cannot reassign this variable. But if there is a data inside the final variable, that data can I reuse for some other purpose? So I hope you could able to draw the difference. This is different. It is the same S1 you're trying to reassign. It can hold only one object because it's a final constant it is right now. But that constant variable, I can use it for some other purpose, right? Constant means is there any restrictions that you cannot use that variable itself? Is that something as such? No. Now I hope you could able to understand, my dear friends, by continuing the journey from yesterday's class. Wherever we had stopped the yesterday's class, I'm continuing the journey from there. Is it making sense, all of you present in the class? Yes? No issues? Wonderful answer. I would like to comment this. Now, mutability, immutability, you got one clarity. And we have seen some of the inbuilt methods and, about the immutable string also. There also, I hope there is no problem to anyone. Yes, no. One more important method which is left out is compare to method. I had told you compare to method will compare the data of string lexicographically. The return type of compare to method is always integer value, negative value, positive value, or 0. Nothing apart from that. Now please see here. Compare to method. Compare to method. It compares the value of strings lexicographically. Value of string, not the reference variable. Compares value of strings compares the value of string lexicographically. What do you mean by that? If you ask me, I will store a string inside a S1. Name of the string, I'll give it as Sachin. In my data types class, I had told you to maintain one page wherein you're maintaining the decimal value of all the characters in Java, all the alphabets in Java. Have you all done that? Decimal value of all the characters in Java. Guys, it will compare character by character. One by one. Character by character. Now tell me, guys, for capital S, what is the decimal value? See, for capital A, decimal value 65. 83. Capital C, 67. H, 7. What is that for this thing? 72, 73. How about for this N? IN? N is 78. Decimal is a part of ASCII, yaar. Suresh, decimal or ASCII, both of them are not different. ASCII consists of decimal representation also, binary representation also, hexadecimal representation of a characters. Same goes with respect to Unicode. Guys, now lexicographically means it will compare character by character. Is there any difference? First character, second character, any difference? Third, any difference? Fourth, any difference? Fifth, any difference? No difference. Then compare to method. If you say S1 dot compare to method with S2, it will return you 0. That 0 you can store in integer value. You can check if it is 0. If compare to method is returning you 0, that means there is no change in the characters present inside both the strings. Strings will be equal. Making sense? Now, I will say here string type of S1 equals to Sachin. Great. I will say string type of S2 equals to, I will say here Sachin. Both of them have same characters. I will say S1 dot compare to dot compare to, I will say S2. Please see here. According to me, what is the return type? Integer. I will collect here. Result. And if I check, what will be written, my dear friends? RES. See here. 0 is written. Are you all getting it? And if you want, you can write the logic here. If in case RES is equal to 0, I will say here system dot out dot println strings are equal. Strings are equal. Yes, no, maybe. Everyone? Are you all there? Great. Now again, I will check if in case it is not equal, then string 1 is greater, string 2 is greater. That also you can say. For now in this program, if you just want to check this, I will say system dot out dot println strings are not equal. Strings are not equal. Not equal. If I run this, of course, 0 will be there, but strings are equal right now. Fine. All of you. And wherever there is a difference, it will stop. Equals method will compare the actual data of a string object, Vishal. In the last class, we have seen. Double equal to operator will compare the references. Compare to method will compare this data character by character, and the return type is integer. But equals method, the return type is integer or Boolean value? It is Boolean value. Those who are part of yesterday's class, are you all able to understand? Yes. Guys, now I have string here Virat. S2, I have something here Dhoni. Guys, could you please tell me the decimal representation of these characters? Anyone in the class? V. I had asked you to maintain. If you have not maintained, that shows somewhere still the seriousness which is required was not there. You ignored. That's the meaning of it. Very open meaning of it. You ignored that. That means which seriousness is required for the placement that initially that didn't get in you. 86. How about I? 73. R? 82. A? 65. T? 84. How about D? 68. H? 72. O? 79, 78, and 73. Now, guys, character by character. First character. If you subtract 86 minus 68, 18. It is a positive value. Now it will not even compare further. First character only difference came. It will return this value only. What is the difference it will return? Now if I say S1 compare to S2, it will return 18. You can hold here. And it also says that string 1 is greater than string 2. That one message also you can identify. And also strings are not equal. And it will not even go further. Guys, if I'm getting the output 18, that means it will check first character. If there is a difference, checking of the other characters, it will not even proceed. It will stop there. And if I'm getting the 18 as a result, that means whatever I'm telling, that is correct only. Making sense? I will just stop here. I'll go back here. String type of S1 equals to, I will say here, Virat. String type of S2 equals to, it is Dhoni. Guys, character by character, according to me, if first character only difference is there, will it go further? Will it go further? No. And first character difference only it will give. If I run here, what am I getting, guys? 18. If I am getting 18, it is also proof that it will not go further. It is also a proof that it will not go further. Everyone present in the class, are you all there? Making sense? My dear friends, let's take one last example to understand it. I will give here as maybe Saurav. And here I will give it as Sehwag. Guys, first character equal, any difference? No. Second character here 65. What is the value for E, guys? It is 65. And for E, what is the decimal value? 68. 65, sorry, 69. 65 minus 69 is how much? Minus 4. Difference came here only. Will it proceed further? Will it proceed further? Minus 4 will be returned. Also, it is a proof that string 2 is greater than string 1. Negative value means string 2 is greater. Positive difference means string 1 is greater. But they are not equal. Fine. Now, minus 4 if it is written, comparison stop at this point. That is the proof also. If I just have to run this, kindly understand, minus 4 strings are not equal. All of you present in the class, have you all got the funda of compare to method? How compare to method is working? Everyone? Yes, no, maybe. Let's proceed further here. I will say here, new, entire this folder only I will share by making a zip file. Instead of sharing multiple files, let's go with string number 5. Maybe one or two more example. Lot of things we have seen about the immutable string. We can keep seeing for 1 year also. We will see few more things at least. We have seen so many methods are there, right? So many methods are there. Let's see if two more methods, 2-3 more methods, and we will conclude the immutable and we'll start the mutable strings. Okay. I will say S1 equals to. I will say here Rajaram Mohan Roy. Kindly understand this, guys. I will say so many methods we have seen. There is a method called as split. What is the return type, guys? String array. Array is a return type. I will just tell here. Please see very carefully. Split wherever, maybe, please see very carefully. Wherever there is A, I want it to split. Wherever there is A, I want it to split. Wherever A is there. And what is the return type? It was an array. I will create a string of array. It will only create the return type if I ask. See, array it is. And how to iterate over the array? Multiple ways are there. Normal loop is there. For each loop is there. If I want to iterate throughout the loop, there's a best option is for each loop. But if you want a specific, then normal. I will say here system.out.println. I will go with print. I want same line. I will go with print. Yes. And after which, let me get the cursor to the next line. After printing out, I want the cursor to be the next line. If I have to run this, guys, are you all getting A's? Wherever A is there, there is a split. The A is only not considering here. Everyone? Yes, no, maybe. And my dear friends, if there is any space in between, I will say wherever space is there. Wherever space is there. White space, wherever it is there, I want a split. If I have to run this, see here, Rajaram Mohan. It split wherever. See, it is considering as one part of your string. This is one part. This is one part. It is one part. Wherever split is there, array is getting created. Inside this array, what is the length? If you ask me, length will be 1, 2, 3, 4. If you want, you can check here. I will say system.out.println str.length. According to me, will it count as one character? It is a string of array. If I have to run this, kindly observe here, guys. What is that you are getting? 4 you are getting. Wherever there is a space, it is splitting. And in an array, this whole thing is a 0th index, first index, second index, 4th index. So only when I check the length of an array, what did the output we have got? 4. I hope how this splitting is working is clear to everyone present in the class. Yes, no, maybe. All of you? Anyone present in the class? This is one part. Like this, so many methods are there, guys. You can keep on discussing them for a longer time. Tamina, kindly understand here. Very simple, but please, I have seen something which is very easy, which everyone understood. You are asking me to repeat instead of rewatching it. What I say is I can tell 100 times also, but something very easy. But at that first only, please listen to me. Wherever space is there, I want it to split. Do you understand the concept of arrays? How arrays works? I am telling wherever space is there, split it and store it in an array. That means this will be stored in a string array in 0th index. Wherever space is there, first index, second index, third index. So there is an array which got created. And how many objects are there in an array? What is the size of an array? String array, which is of 0th index, first index, second index, third index. Totally how much size? 4 size. If you know the concept of array. And that is what I'm telling here. It is not a character array. Character array means how much, guys? Each will split one character. Character array is different. It is a string array. Split method will split wherever you say. And it will convert to an array which is of string type. In the last class, I have told you character array. That is a different. If I have to go to the last class, this is a different case. See, it is converting to a character array. Now, guys, all of them, how many indexes? If I check the size of an array, what will be the size of an array, guys? CH dot length if I say. What is the size of an array? What is the size of an array? That means it is stored in 0th index, first index of an array, second index of an array, third is the index of an array. Is that happening in case of this example? See, 15 is what we are getting it. Not there. Here. See here. If I have to go back here, is it character array or is it a string array? String array. Wherever space is there, it is splitting that string and converting to a string array. Wherever space is there, it is splitting that string, converting to a string array. So one array of string is getting created. And in that, it is getting stored this as 0th index, whole string as first index, second index, third index. Now, any doubt to anyone? The difference between the character array and string array? Yes, no, maybe. Guys, understand this now at least. Some of the methods I'm discussing, predefined methods, some of them we have discussed in the last class. By continuing from the last class, if anyone has doubt, you can ask me now. What is the doubt? Okay. Don't just say doubt. What is the doubt you identify? And the day you could able to identify what is your doubt, you are a winner already. Having doubt is not a problem. You should have a doubt. Sometimes if you don't have doubt, it is a problem. Sometimes if you don't understand, you will not have a doubt. Most of the doubts will come into picture only if you have understood the concept. And asking doubt is a symbol of understanding the concept. Remember this point. Sometimes people will not even ask the doubt. Why you know? Because they have not even understood the concept. Asking a doubt is a symbol of understanding. Are you getting this? Everyone in the class. If someone is asking the doubt, that means they have understood the concept, so only there is a doubt. In that, if you could able to identify what is the exact point of doubt, you are already winner. Guys, I will store a string type of S1. I will give in the string one space. This is also considered as a string only. No, space is also considered as one string. I will give one more space. I will give one more space. How many spaces are there, guys? How many spaces are there? 3 spaces. I will say Raja. One more space. Ram. One more space. Mohan. One more space. Roy. One more or 2 more spaces. Fine. I will go back here. If I say system.out.println, yes1. If I print on my screen, guys, it is getting with spaces only, no? Starting 3 spaces also you are getting here. Yes, no, maybe. Everyone? All of you present in the class? I will say here system.out.println. I will say s1.trim. s1.trim. And please see the difference here. Tamina, you also please see here. What it is doing, is it trimming the spaces which are there in between, or only the leading space, the trailing space? Starting space is called as leading space. Last space is called as trailing space. Aditya, Tamina, are you there? Both of you guys. Leading, trailing space. So trim method, is it trimming every space or only leading and trailing space? Leading and trailing space. Making sense? I will say system.out.println. S1. S1 will be same still, right? Is this method changing this? No, a new string is getting created. I hope you know that funda. I will say system.out.println S1 dot. There is something called as strip means also will do same only. There is strip leading, strip trailing. Strip trailing means will it trim this strip, spaces or last spaces? Leading spaces or last spaces? Last. So output will not face any difference because last spaces are not visible to us. But you can see I'm getting one blue color here. But if I highlight here, I'm not getting any blue color. I'm getting the cursor exactly there only. That means the space was trimmed. Fine, huh? See here, I'm getting this option. Here I will not get it, how much ever I say. After which I'll say system.out.println s1 dot leading, I will say. That means it will just trim the leading space. Fine. See, it is trimming only leading space. Last space will be there. See, still I could be able to get this space. You can see where is the cursor pointing here. You can see where is the cursor pointing here. Where is the cursor pointing again here. With the cursor, you can identify which spaces it is trimming. All of you present in the class. Guys, yesterday also we have seen so many predefined methods. Today also we are seeing too many, predefined methods. Likewise, for every predefined classes, there are so many predefined methods which will make our life easy whenever it is needed. Fine. All of you. Now, as a developer, every method you cannot recall. But with time, if you have used it once, you'll have one hope in your mind that I had used earlier also. So that will give you confidence to go for the development. That's it. So immutable string, have you got picture, my dear friends? Can I move ahead? If you all may permit me. Can I move ahead? Great. Let's go towards the mutable string. Just tell me one thing, guys. Mutable string means what is the meaning? Mutable string, changeable. Changeable means, immutable means non-changeable with respect to memory only, right? Apart from that, we can use it and create a new string. Mutable means changeable with respect to memory again. To manage mutable string, can we use string class? Can we use string class? Which are the classes we have? String buffer. We have string builder. String buffer. And we have string builder. Why two classes? I will tell you. Let's understand here. I'll go back here. I will say launch. I will say launch. Mutable string 1. Launch mutable string 1. Understand this. My dear friends, I will say system.out.println before I print something. Guys, in mutable string, we don't have option of not using new keyword. Must and should you have to use. I cannot create string like this. Direct literals are not allowed. In case of mutable string, this is not allowed. First point, clear to everyone? All of you? This is error. Not allowed. Compile time error. Must and should you have to use the new keyword. That's the rule of Java. Yes equals to new, I will say string buffer. String buffer. Type string buffer 1. String buffer 1 equals to new string buffer 1. And I will add some string. Maybe the string which I'm going to add here is, string which I'm going to add here is telescope. Guys, new keyword means always in the heap area. If I create one more string of same type, will it refer to same string object or will it refer to different string objects? Different string objects. Yes, no, maybe. Great. Now, guys, I will say here system.out.println SB1. First of all, the syntax is clear to everyone? No problem. Guys, after which I will say SB1. Whatever concat method will do in case of immutable strings, in the mutable string, we don't have concat method. Similar to concat method, we have a method called as append. Append means you can see what it is expecting. Boolean, character, array, double, float, int, long, object. That means appending, if you add anything if you add, not just string type of value, it will add that to the existing string. Guys, I'm not adding back to same reference variable. I'm not telling, unlike in the immutable string, I'm not telling something as such. Am I telling something as such? No, I will not say this. I will say system.out.println SB1. Kindly understand here. Telescope alien I'm getting. That means same string object is getting changed or new string object is getting created here. Is it new or same getting changed? Same getting changed. All of you there in the class? Everyone? See, am I reassigning, guys? Am I reassigning here? Unlike in the immutable string? No. Now, guys, this append method is there. No, not just string. This append method, not just string. You can add anything. You can add double value also. It will be appended to string. See here, sb1 dot append. You can add Boolean value. After which I will say system dot out dot println. That too same string object is getting changed here. Mutation, changeable. Are you getting it? All of you present in the class. Guys, I'll take this. I will go back here and I will use string builder. I will use string builder. String builder. Okay. Great. And if I run this right now, did you face any difference in string builder and string build buffer? Any difference? Could you able to identify? Any difference? No difference. All good? No difference, keep in mind. I'll go back, create one more mutable class where I'll discuss the remaining things. I will say launch mutable string2. Launch the mutable. Why we need not to create, Suresh? That is correct, but why you have to answer? Then only I'll proceed further. Suresh, why we should not give reassign it? And why we have to reassign in the string class? In the last, so far, why we had reassigned? Now, why we have not reassigned to another reference? Can you answer that? Anyone, can you answer the question which Suresh has, no? No. Suresh, if someone asks same question to you in the interview, please see everyone, all of your friends are answering. You should know this answer. If you don't know this answer, then somewhere you have not focused in the entire concept of strings. Have you got the answer from the chat, guys? Can you prove that object is changing? I have already proved. Guys, did I already prove the object is changing? Did I prove object is changing? Now I have question to two people from your class, Suresh and Sri Hari Kishore. How did you guys feel that I am not proving? And why did you ask question that why I am not reassigning? Have you understood the concept of strings in Java? Let's unmute. Let's have this fun. Why are you asking this question? This is a danger question which you guys have. Could you please raise the hand, Suresh? Suresh, everyone in the chat have answered for your question. That
No,
means
what I am asking is actually if you want to add something to a string, we don't need to create another string, right?
we have to create another string. Why? Why we have to reassign? Why did I reassign here? Can you answer? To any other things. Why did I reassign here? Can you answer me? Why did I reassign here? Suresh, do you have answer for this? Why did I reassign here?
To add something to current string.
No. For a simple reason, using string class, what type of strings are getting created? What type of string is getting created?
That is immutable.
Immutable means if you add something to it, will it change? Or new string is getting created, new string. I wanted to print that new string. So only the new string's address I'm assigning back to reference variable of old string. So this memory map also I have explained. Can you please rewatch yesterday's class? In 1.5x speed, you can rewatch. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Guys, those who are asking this question, I cannot waste because it is not the offline class that you have forgotten. It's an online class. Recordings are available. Please rewatch the lecture of yesterday's class. If you don't rewatch, you are the loss. Okay, now, because we have discussed that, I don't want to waste valuable time of other students who have already understood this. I was shouting and I have explained. And if you have not understood, it's a problem of focus, and I want you to rewatch the video. You'll not lose anything. You'll not lose anything. Guys, have we not discussed? Have we not discussed yesterday with memory map? What happens behind the scene? Discussed, right? If same question, if you are not answering, that means is it my fault or you have not listened to it? We have discussed. Should I talk about main method once again, guys? Should I talk about system.out.println? Let's understand. Guys, let's understand system.out.println. If you want to print something in Java, you have to do system.out.println. Can I discuss that for 5 minutes? Is it not wasting of our time? Guys, I can repeat, but something which I have taught in detail, which everyone, majority of you have understood. It's your responsibility to rewatch the lecture if you have missed out. Guys, I will answer you. I want everyone to answer to everyone. Tell me, guys, if I don't reassign it, if I print the reference variable, I'm getting the output. That means a new string is getting created or existing string is getting modified. Existing. Why it is happening? Why am I not reassigning? Can anyone answer? Why am I not reassigning? What is your answer on that? Because it is mutable string. This is what we have discussed. Sai Hari Krushar, have you understood? Yes, no, maybe. Hey, Sai Teja, you don't open mails also, yaar. You'll join late and you'll ask every day. All good, my dear friends, everyone in the class. Anyone want any more explanation here? I'll go back here. Have you identified any difference for now string buffer, string builder? Is there any difference? For now, any difference? And still, guys, if you have a doubt which everyone understood, you did not understood. First question is rewatch the lecture. Second part, ask in the doubt session. Okay? Two things. Rewatch the lecture, ask in the doubt session. So that the class flow, those who have understood, they will not be affected. Making sense? I will say here, string buffer. Type SB1 equals to new string buffer. I have not added anything. I will say SB system.out.println SB capacity. There is a method called as capacity. What is the initial capacity if you create a string with the help of string buffer? How many initial locations will be given to you? Why? Because the answer is everyone has answered, Suresh. Your question is correct. Everyone has answered. Why we need not to reassign is because it is a mutable string. Mutable string means existing string is getting changed. Rest of all people have answered that. Have you seen the answer, Suresh? Mutable string. Your question is, if we want to add something in immutable string, we have to create, guys, we have to create another reference. But in mutable, we need not to another reference. Why we need not to create another reference in mutable string? Because it is a mutable string. Existing string object is getting changed. A new string object is not getting created. Same string object is getting changed. Same string object is getting added. A new string is not getting created. For your reference, guys, everyone in the class, let's spend more time on real-time things. But this is okay. Yo. I have told this, but I'm repeating it. Telescope. If you add something S1 plus Java, same telescope in the memory is not getting extended. I have told this in last class. A new string is getting created. Telescope plus Java. And if I print S1, it will print system.out.println Telesco, because S1 is still referring here. But I want S1 to refer here. I will reassign it. That means this address I'm giving to S1. So that means this address is giving to S1. Now S1 will have this address. It will not refer to this. S1 will start referring to this. So only reassigning was important. Detail I have talked about it in yesterday's class in detail. But right now I'm dealing with mutable string. If I say S1 string buffer, Telesco is getting created. If I say S1 dot append, a new string is not getting created here. It is a mutable, changeable. Here only whatever you're adding is getting added. Same string is only adding. That means wherever S1 is already referring, no, that string is only getting increased. So I need not to reassign the value because new string is not getting created. Is that clear now? Everyone? Is it now clear? Guys, I don't mind asking the doubt. Whatever 90% of the class have understood, that doubt in the class, please don't disturb the flow from today till the last. Am I asking not to ask doubts? Am I telling you not to ask doubts? Every day, 30 minutes time I have. Am I addressing your doubts? Is there any day which I have told I will not take your doubts? Is there single day I have told I will not take your doubts? Single day I have told. Don't ask doubts today. I'm ending the session. Did I say one day also? So whatever 90% of the class have understood, 10% of the class have not understood. The 10%, can you ask me doubt at the end of the class? Is it logical demand, guys? Whatever I am talking, if majority of you have not understood, is it not my responsibility to re-talk about it at the same time? Repeat that at the same time? It's my responsibility, right? Because majority of you have not understood. That means that time only I should re-talk about it. All of you agree on this? Guys, I need your support here. And am I getting angry for the one who's asking doubt? No. Please ask doubts. If you don't ask doubt, is a problem. But if most of them are understanding, that time, write down in the book, ask me in the last, you ask me silliest doubt. You ask me why there is a semicolon. I will tell you. Forget about some logical doubt. Whatever doubt you are asking is a logical doubt actually. There is an interview asked question. That is an interview asked question. But about this, I've already talked. Again, if you want, I can tell you in the doubt session. Fine, huh? Great, guys. Guys, if I run the output here, what is the output we have got? What is the output we have got? That means if you create a string buffer behind the scene in your memory, 16 locations are getting created. Default, by default. That means 16 characters initially you can add. Great. In place of string buffer, I will go with string builder. I will go with string builder. String builder. What is the initial capacity for string builder, guys? 16. Right now, any difference? Right now, any difference? Going good? So what is happening? Please understand now itself instead of getting confused later stage. And doubt is there, ask me in doubt session. I will say here, initial capacity is how much, guys? 16. That's the initial capacity. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 locations are there. I will say string buffer or string builder. Right now, no differences. Dot, I will say, append. That means adding some string. I will say here Sachin. I will say here Sachin. Sachin will get added. S-A-C-H-I-N. Again, I will say spring SB dot append. Understand this, guys. Again, please don't disturb the flow of the class. Now only understand Tendulkar, I will say. I will say here Tendulkar. Within 16 only. After which I will say SB dot append. I will say here India. So I'll say IN. For DIA, for DIA, for DIA, is there space here? No. No space. Will it stop? The answer is no. How it will expand, you have to understand. I will add that, guys. I will say here SB1 dot append. I will add here Sachin. Okay. After which SB1 dot append. I will add here. One only you can add. Sachin Tendulkar. India. Guys, total strings, whatever we have, is it not crossing the initial 16 limits? Is it not crossing initial 16 minutes, 16 locations? Everyone? Suresh? Tabina? Others in the class? Please do respond. Everyone? It is crossing. But if I run, am I getting that also? Am I getting any error here? I'm getting it. So whatever initial capacity is there, can I surpass that capacity and add more characters? Can I surpass? So will it increase? How much ever I add the characters, that many locations will it increase? No. The formula will be old capacity into 2 plus 2. Old capacity is 16 into 2 plus 2. 16 means 16 into 2, 32 plus 2. Now, my dear friends, if you want, you can check it. I will say system.out.println SB1 dot capacity. See here? 34. Are you getting it? So after 16, even if one character is also getting increased, is it giving you 17, 18 or directly 34? What if we extend 34? Good question. 34 into 2, how much, guys? 35 also if you add. Will it increase to 35? No. 34 into 2 plus 2. How much, guys? $34 into 2, how much? 68 plus 70. So if you add 35th character, the size of the capacity of your string buffer and string builder, both of them same case. Will it become 34? 68, 35, or will it become 70? If you add one extra character also, 70. There is no highest capacity. You can add n numbers. No, Sri Hari. Array, this is not the array. Making sense, guys? How the capacity is increasing? Is that clear to everyone? Any doubts? Too much memory wasting. Correct. Guys, if you want to trim, example, these many I have used. Sachin. Sachin means how many characters, guys? How many memory space? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 10 locations are getting wasted. Correct? No, sir. Please explain one more time. Guys, that is the initial capacity they have given. Okay, pa. See here, guys, everyone. I have told, if everyone understanding, if you're asking, please listen to me. No. Don't make me to shout again and again. That is a recording class. Right now, initial capacity, according to me, how much, Munazza and others in the class, how much is the initial capacity? Those who ask me, they have to respond me. I'm not getting the response from those who have asked. 16. How many characters did I add here? How much memory is used? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Now, from 16 is the initial capacity. Totally 21 characters have added. Will the memory be 28? No. After 16, if one character also, if you add, it will not become 17, 18. How much are you add? No. The capacity will increase in a way that old capacity into 2 plus 2. What is the old capacity, guys? 16 is a minimum capacity into 2 plus 2 plus 2 is how much? Is how much? 34. Have you understood now? Yes. Same thing I have told earlier also. Now, if you have understood, same thing you have not listened. Kindly listen to me. I cannot take course for 10 months, even if you can sit. We have 6-7 months of time. Now, guys, easy things that too. If it is some chalo Apache Kafka, we are getting some server issues. Let's waste our time. That's a worth, right? Apache Kafka, we are learning Kafka server is not working. Fine, we can rectify. That's a real time. For capacity of a string, if you are spending time. Okay, guys, if I add 34th character, I mean, after 34 locations are filled, if I add one character, will it become 35 or will it become 34 into 2 plus 2? What is the answer? First option or second option? Second option. Not 35. Is that clear to everyone? Yes, no, maybe. That is how they have designed, Anil. That is how they have designed. Guys, one more question was there. A good question. Don't you think so much of memory space? Example, guys, initial capacity. I have not even asked 16. But how much characters, how many locations am I using here? 6. Remaining 10 locations are getting wasted. Do you agree? For that also, there is a method. SB1 dot, there is something called as trim to capacity. Trim to size. Size means how many characters are used. Trim to size, if you apply, now the size is 16. The size is 6. The remaining 10 locations have been trimmed. They have trimmed out. By the method name, I hope you can understand. Trim to size. Method name, trimmed out. Great. Guys, as of now, have you one of the commonly asked interview question? Could you please able to identify the difference between string buffer and string builder? Any difference could you able to identify? It is an interview asked question. Everyone in the class. In the interview, they will ask difference between string buffer and string builder. As of now, have you identified any difference? String buffer and string builder. Interview asked question, right? Both of them are behaving same for now. Yes. Yogesh is already answering me. Okay. Yogesh got there. Rajat Patel also got there. Wonderful. Good to see people who already know the answer. I will say here, string mutable 2. Okay, launch string mutable 3, I guess. Okay, 3, no? Let's get into this. Launch string mutable 2. Okay. Dear friends. Okay, now? Understand this also very carefully. Right now, no difference between string buffer and string builder. Understand this. SB1 equals to new string builder. Okay. I've created this. Yes. Okay. I will add something here. Let me explain this here itself. before getting into this. Okay. Guys, in the constructor, I was not adding. Using the append method, I was adding. But what I will do is, in the constructor, I will add. In the constructor, I will add. Okay. I will add in the constructor as Sachin. The size will not be 16. If you try to add from the constructor, the size will be 16 plus how many characters, guys? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 16 plus 6 is how much? 16 plus 6 is how much? 22. If I run this, are you getting 22? So if you don't add anything in the constructor, if you go with the append method, the way which we have developed, the size will increase in this way. But starting only if you add in the constructor, it is 16 plus how much of characters you have added in the constructor. Remember this point. Okay, now? Because in the interview, they may trick you. So, but now I hope you could able to understand this. I'll go back here. I will add some data here. I will say here, Sachin. Okay, wonderful. I will create one more string builder. String builder type SB2. Let's see how many of you have understood the concept of inheritance and polymorphism. How many of you have understood the concept of inheritance and polymorphism? I will get to know right now. Great. Before I do this, I'll go back to any of the classes of string. Okay. Any of the classes. Let's go with this only. My dear friends, I'll go back here. Equals method, is it comparing the reference variables or is it comparing the content of a string? Equals method. 99.9% of the class is telling me content of a method. 99%. All of you? Okay. One answer I got references. I have already requested to rewatch the yesterday's class. But 99% says was content. I will run this program. What is that I'm getting, guys? Of course, here it is there. No. Let me compare this. Let me comment this. If I run this program, what am I getting? True. Guys, if it is comparing references according to memory map, it should print you true or false if it is about references. If I am getting true, it is a proof that what is getting compared. Anyone in the class, any confusion here? Anyone in the class, any confusion? No confusion? There are two Suresh here. Other Suresh, please don't mind. Okay. 3 Sureshas are there in the class. Guys, no issues, no? All of you? I'll go back here. I will say system.out.println SB, system.out.println SB1 dot equals SB2. If I run this program, I'm getting false. Why? Interview ask question. Why? It is comparing addresses. But in case of immutable string, is it comparing addresses or value? I want you to observe this. I want all of you to observe this. My dear friends, everyone. I will call this method, okay? Understand this very carefully. I will say str1 dot equals method. Equals method. Object it is expecting. At the last, what are you getting? String. I'll say SB2. I'll go back here in my mutable string. I'll say dot equals Last, what are you getting, guys? String or object? Object. Are you observing? Guys, equals method is actually part of object class. Which class? Object class. And Java team has coded the logic inside the equals method, inside the object class, such a way that it will always compare references, not the content. But how come in immutable string class it is comparing actual content, not the references? Because inside the string class, they have overridden that equals method. They have overridden that equals method, and they have changed the body of that equals method, because of which it is comparing the actual content. But when it comes to string builder and string buffer, it is acting like a inherited method, not the overridden method. Inherited method means, is there any change in the behavior of a parent class method? Is there any change in the behavior of the parent class method? So, as per the default behavior of equals method, will it compare references or will it compare the actual content? As per the default behavior, references. But why in case of immutable string, it is not comparing the references, it is comparing the actual content? Why? Why in the string class? Because of override. Everyone in the class could able to understand? Any doubt to anyone? Any doubt to anyone? All good? So far, have you understood what is the difference between string builder and string buffer? Guys, like the way we have done now, here also so many methods are there. Ensure capacity, which will ensure minimum capacity. If you are fixing that I want some 20 locations by default, you can decide at the pre-level. Same methods are there. Is empty, trim to size, substring, index of. Okay. But any difference so far, guys? Any difference? One difference. There are other methods available, Sai Hari Kishore. You can go with SB1 dot. If I have to go down, compare to method is there. Are you able to see? Great. My dear friends, what is the difference? I will tell you, but you will not understand. You will understand also, you will not understand also. When Java launched, Java alpha beta version, Java first version, to create a mutable string, only one class was there, string buffer. But in Java 5, they introduced one class called as string builder. While introducing, they have not done anything different. Whatever was there here, they have copied, they have pasted. All the methods, they have reused. So only whatever methods behavior is there here, it is same here. But what was the need of recreating a new class with same behaviors of method? Guys, have you identified any change in the behavior of methods of string buffer, methods of string builder? Have you identified any change in the behavior? That means they have reused the same methods here also with same behavior. Any doubt to anyone? Everyone in the class? Yes, no, maybe. All of you present in the class. Then what is the difference? All the methods which are there here, they are synchronized. All the methods here, they are non-synchronized. There is one important keyword in multi-threading phenomena, which is synchronized, which you have to understand. Synchronize means, for now, since you don't know multi-threading, did I talk anything about threads, guys? Any multi-threading did we talk? No. Right now, understand one thing. Here, multi-threading is not allowed. Here, multi-threading is allowed. Multi-threading is not allowed. Multi-threading is allowed. Fine? Yes, no, maybe. Multi-threading is not allowed. Multi-threading is allowed. But what is the difference? Remind me once I discuss the concept of multi-threading. I will discuss the concept of synchronized keyword. One of the commonly asked interview question. Synchronized block, synchronized methods, class level locking, object level locking, class level locking, object level locking. All these things you will understand in the multi-threading. That time you will by default understand what is the difference of between these things. Fine, now? What is synchronized in simple English? Nikita is asking. Synchronize means such a method if you apply there multiple threads cannot run. Multi-threading is not allowed. At a time only one thread. Non-synchronized means multiple threads can run that method. Multi-threading is possible. Okay, now? But what is multi-threading? What is multiple threads? Is it not one more question? Are you understanding? That will understanding the concept of multi-threading in detail. Any doubts to anyone here, guys? Any doubts to anyone? Nikita, have you understood? Whatever I have told. Synchronize means others in the class. But right now, only that much I can say because multi-threading we have not even covered. Multi-threading is one of the most important concept and we must have to cover. And that too I will cover by using the debuggers. I will show you the locking, class level locking, object level locking using the debuggers. Okay. 1 week if extra, I don't mind. But let's understand that in detail. Great, guys. All of you. Yes, no, maybe. So guys, by default, string, I'm not using strings. String in Java is mutable or immutable? Immutable. But can we create a mutable string in Java? Guys, is immutable and final, are they same? Immutable and final, are they same? If I try to modify a immutable string, will it get modified or new string will be created? String buffer and string builder, any difference apart from multi-threading? Apart from multi-threading? This is the concept of strings in Java. I hope you could able to understand heap memory, string constant pool, and also with respect to mutable and immutable string. Now, guys, you ask me silliest question on planet Earth, I'm ready to answer. I will not mind answering silliest question in doubt session because it is not the flow of the class. I'm open for the question. But before I am open for the question, allow me 2 minutes of time. I will share this in the chat. Then you can ask me questions. Okay, now? Everyone? Is that fine? I will share string class 2 board work. I'll go back here, guys. Let me share this. All right. String class 2 board work. Okay. And I'll go back. Entire package only I will share. Okay, guys. I'll go back to finishers. No, I'll go back here. I will say finishers. And I'll go to finishers. Not that, I guess. Okay. Inside this, we have strings concept. Let me just zip that. And I will share with you. I'll go back to my D drive. I'll go back from here. I'll go back to finishers. I'll go back to the string concepts. Open for the questions, guys. You can ask me any questions, whatever you had. Tabina, Suresh. Compare to method will compare the values lexicographically, character by character, by considering the decimal value of each character. And the return type of compare to method is integer. Sir, please explain the memory map of S1 plus Java. I do not know how to refer a heap memory when not use the new keyword. Parveen, in the last class I had told you, in the yesterday's class, you can rewatch the video also. I will tell you now also. Remember, whenever, if you directly attach the literal, this is the heap memory, no? String constant pool is there. If direct literal here, only new keyword I have told, it is in the heap area. But alongside the new keyword, whenever you use reference variable to concatenate a string, reference variable is involved. Reference variable of another string. Then the memory will not be on string constant pool, memory will be on the heap area. Because reference variable is involved here. Even though new keyword is not involved, but reference variable is involved. Fine now? Could you explain the split method? Let me open the ID. Split method, which is the example, guys, I've taken a string 4, I guess, no? No. Where is that? String 5. Okay. Listen to this. Wherever A is there, I want it to split and make a new string. Wherever A is there. That means behind the scene, one array will be created. R, 0th index, J, first index, space and R, second index, M and till here, third index, fourth index, fifth. Wherever A is there, at that point, the entire string will be splitted. A string array will be created. So this will be a 0th index, first index, second index, third index, and this will be the fourth index. Fine now? Yes, tomorrow exception handling. In .NET or JS, when we do object sorting, we used to do sort comparer and we have something called as comparator and compare to Kington RA. In Java also, to sort the objects, we have two methods, two possible interfaces, comparable interface, comparator interface. And in the interview, they will ask the question, how to sort the objects in Java and what is the difference between comparator interface and comparable interface. About these two things in the concept of collection, we will talk. Kington array. Fine now? Can we change the default capacity of the string buffer and string builder? Yes, we can change by using ensure capacity, or like the way we have done here. Where is that? String mutable 2. I can just use how much ever I want, and I can use a method called as trim to size. Then it can reduce. 6 means the capacity will become 6. Or we can use one method called as ensure capacity method. Sir, while creating the new string, then the memory is getting allocated more because of SCP as well as one copy on the heap. So it's better to use string literal without new keyword. Yes, Madhav. And also, guys, whenever you're writing a logic building, maybe, converting a string, reversing a string or anything. If you use normal string class, every time you add new string, do you think so many strings objects are getting created? Because in the normal string class, it is immutable. Existing string object which is getting created will not increase. Every time you modify, add something, a new string will get created. So if you want to reverse a string or do something like that, any operations on the string, according to you, if you want to achieve optimization, a good space complexity, will you go with string class or will you go with string buffer and string builder? Now in string class concatenation, if you give a different reference to concatenated string, original string remain and new string will create with new reference. Yes, correct. New reference will not be there. New string will be created. New reference you have to attach, Vishal. Reference will not be created. New string will be created. You have to attach reference to it. Example you can see here. See here, new string will be created. To the new string, this reference variable I'm attaching. If you don't attach, there is no one who is referring to the string object. Munazza says s.append 445.5. Append method, if you add any type of data, it will be converted to mutable string. It could be Boolean data, double data, character data, array data. Using append method, if you add any type of data, that data will be added to your mutable string as a string. That will be converted to string. Okay. Can you please explain how to create immutable class? You gotta try that. Maybe you just have to try to open the source file of the string class. You will have an idea about it here. Actually understood the topic just for my concern. I asked that finally I understood it is mutable string because with it we can add the existing string. Good, great. Hey, not a problem. Yeah, asking doubt is not a problem, Suresh. If you don't ask a doubt, it is a problem for me. See, asking a doubt is a sign of understanding the concept. You asked that doubt, you got the confused because you understood the concept. So only that doubt came in your mind. I don't have problem. My problem is whenever, if most of them are telling they have understood, that type of question you can write down, ask in the doubt session. That will not disturb the flow of the class. But if most of them are not answering, responding me in the class, you'll see the chat, right? That time, ask me that time only. I will repeat because majority of you have not understood. Understood? Huh? In the object class, the equals method compares the references. Correct. In the string class, we have overridden it so that it compares the data. 100% correct. In string buffer build, it is only inherited. We have not using the same behavior. We are using the same behavior. 100% dot correct, Parveen. You have understood 100% correctly. And you have summarized to the best of your capacity. And it is 100% dot correct. Glad that you have got the point. And you have written that much of text that shows you are really enthusiastic. It is 100% correct. You are right on that. Overridden means toString. No, Madhav. Overridden means, have you watched my videos of inheritance and method overriding? Madhan. Then you should know what is overriding. What is overriding? You should know. That means they are overriding the equals method only. Please rewatch the concept of inheritance and method overriding, okay? Reverse a string with respect to performance and good time, complexity, view string buffer, right? Why? Because in the logic of reversing a string, character by character, you are adding into the string. That means behind the scene, if you know the memory map, if you go with string class, normal string class, so many strings or objects are getting created. Do you agree on this, Riya Hari Kishore? So many string objects will be created. But string buffer, existing string object will be changed. What I'm asking, whether we override the toString method? No, Madhav. We don't override the toString method there. It is the equals method which is getting overridden in the string class, but not in the string buffer and string builder. Yes, exactly, Vishal. And no problem, Suresh. You ask. See, doubt session, you can ask me again and again, same question. I don't mind. String, okay. Concat method, okay. How we can assign string with the string called content? Will the string will replace with the new string or it will create a new reference? It will just create the existing reference. Okay, now please understand, Suresh. This is your doubt, okay? Okay, this is your doubt. Agree? Okay. Now, Suresh Ghurpa. Now understand, I'm creating a string. Behind the scene in your memory, what happens here is, okay, one string object is created. One Telesco object is created. Okay. str1 is referring to it. Any doubt till here? Second line, you're creating one more. You're telling Telesco add the tooth alien. Since it is an immutable string, same object will not be changed. A new object will be created. Telesco alien, new object is creating. Because it is immutable, it will not grow or shrink. New object is getting created. Agree? Now, if you don't, suppose you are not reassigning. If you print str, tell me if you don't reassign, currently str is having address of which object? Telesco only. If you print, what will be the output here? Telesco. But right now I'm reassigning. Reassigning means this new object address I'm giving to str. The moment str has this address, it will stop referring to this. It will come and start referring to this. If I reassign, that means this new object address I'm giving here. Now if I print str, str currently referring to new objects. So this object will be printed. Understanding? Huh? Now have you understood? Huh? Yes. Okay. I see you joined with Telesco YouTube channel. Is that enough to learn about JUnit? It is more than sufficient, Sri Harikishore. More than sufficient. But that is something minimum you should know. Okay. That you should be knowing it minimum. Because I'm going to use JUnit for unit testing in our spring classes. We should know how to test a REST API unit, how to apply mocking, Mockito. All these things are important for a Spring Boot developer. So we should be learning that in the RESTful services. Okay. There are so many logical problems, Vishal. With practice, you have to do it. There are so many reversing a string, anagram, pangram. Okay. So a palindrome. Common questions are there. You have to practice with time, not just string, about arrays, strings, DSA. So it will take 3-4 months of time before the interview. If you're a fresher, you have to practice. Postman tool is different. JUnit is different. JUnit for unit testing. Postman tool to check our API is responding correctly or not. Postman tool is a REST client. It is a client for a REST API. JUnit is a framework for unit testing. That both of them are totally different with each other. Akash. For unit testing, the framework is JUnit. Postman is not a framework. Postman is a tool which will act like a REST client for the REST APIs to test whether our REST APIs are giving us proper response or not. Mockito is a framework to achieve mocking. JUnit, unit testing must be achieved in isolation, right? To whenever a method is dependent on some other method, whatever unit we are developing, if it is dependent on some other unit. So in that case, unit testing isolation feature will get affected. To avoid that, we have to create mock object. For the mocking purpose, we use one of the framework called as Mockito. Again, there is a debate in the internet which says that create a mocking frame, no mocking of the other method manually. Don't use the mocking framework. But I will show you how to use mocking framework such as Mockito, and we will discuss it. And one thing I want to say that I am from mechanical background. Earlier, I will stay 1 mile away from Java when I have gone stuff some other teachers. Even I got scared to write a class. Now without ambiguity, I'm writing 100 lines of code. I really appreciate teaching and align to students into course. Great, Suresh. Thank you so much. But I want you to practice and don't stop asking the doubts to me, especially if you're a mechanical student. Silly doubt ask, because I belong to third tier engineering colleges. I understand. Even I belong to a category when for the first time I saw the C program, in the lab I had by-hearted the program. 7th line void, 8th line opening the bracket, 9th line closing the bracket, temp variable, all of that I had by-hearted. I belong to that category. And I know the pain to understand the coding. So only I will try my best to simplify. Whenever I teach, I consider myself. I consider my older me. And actually I teach to me, older me. I'm not teaching to all of you guys actually. Whenever I teach something, I'm teaching to older me. That's it. Above will be same because toString method is overridden inside the string class, Suresh. Okay, toString method is overridden inside the string class. Both of them are same. The only difference between string buffer and string buffer is multi-threaded, and yes, exactly. No, it is only difference. Sir, can you give a little roadmap month-wise how to the class will take place and what will be the covered in what we have to do projects, how many and final projects and will be completed in 6 months? Akash, just be aligned with me. Next to 1 month, still it will be core Java only. After that, 1 week of gap we will give, where you have to watch the videos of unit testing, JDBC, Hibernate, and all. Then we will start Spring Core. Spring Core, Spring Boot fundamentals, Spring JDBC, Spring Data JPA, Spring MVC, RESTful services, actuators, ATOs, unit testing, Mockito, Apache Kafka, Redis cache integration, then followed by microservices. So next to 1 month core Java, 2.5 month core Java, 3.5 months to 4 months, it will be Spring Boot and microservices. So next to 1 month core Java will get over, and then we will start the journey of Spring Boot microservices. Spring Boot microservices classes will go for 3.5 months to 4 months. And everything after the Spring Core, every concept of Spring we will understand by creating a project, by developing a projects. The string class overrides the equals method to compare the content of the toString, but buffer and inherits the equals method from the object class, which checks the references. Correct, 100% correct. 100% dot correct, Madhan. You're right on that. Thank you, Suresh. Thank you so much. Please upload pre-record courses in dashboard, such as JUnit, SQL, JDBC, and all. Sri Hari Krishore. I will upload once the collection is over. Before multi-threading collection is over, no, that time we will upload, okay? Because I have used the collection classes and all inside that. And if I upload, if you was, then it should not create a problem. 1 more week, I will upload, okay? 1 more week. Within 1 week, we will upload it. SQL will upload maybe today and tomorrow, okay? Tomorrow only SQL will be uploaded. Sir, is there any group batch like Discord or anything? No, Akash. We have a community right now. Because earlier we had created the groups, but it could create some of the issues and problems, texting each other and all of that. Some problem had happened, and some people, some girls complained. So many things, issues happened. So we avoided it. Because I know most of them are experienced professionals here, but like we cannot expect everyone to be so good, right? I worked mostly but Java 6 and 7, no experience on Java 8, features, cloud, etc. What path would you suggest to get a job ready ASAP? I liked your way of teaching and doubt solving, and I really already know part. I lack momentum and consistency of practice. Nothing, just align with this batch. Okay. Uh, need not to worry, Yogesh. Are you part of this class from the starting? I mean, from where we have started the journey? Have you attended all my previous recorded courses? Today only. I suggest you guess we have started this journey from absolute scratch. How programming came on planet Earth. From that level, we have started. So I want whatever concepts we have covered, no, please watch it in 1.5x speed from the video number 1, fundamentals of programming. Watch it in 1.5x or 2x speed. And I am pretty sure you will be so much confident in coding in Java. Not just that, whatever it takes to get a job, we will cover all those concepts are part of this course. Microservices, Dockers, unit testing, Spring Boot, Java, everything is part of this course. But I want you to watch whatever we have already covered. We have started from absolute scratch. We have reached till this level. Okay. So 1 month of time is there. No, you pick it up the pace and complete the entire Java. and after which we'll start the Spring. And I'm pretty sure you'll not face any issue. This course is designed for one who don't even know what is coding. So you will be confident in coding, I can assure you, if you watch whatever we have already covered. Okay. Because we have started from absolute scratch. So you need not to do any, you have to path the follow which we are following this course. This is well structured, well designed course. So you should follow whatever we say. So watch the videos which you have already covered. It is enough. Huh. Munazza is asking one question, why the output is false? That is only I have discussed 2-3 times, Munazza. Were you part of today's class, Munazza? I have discussed that 2-3 times in the class. Were you part of today's class? Then you are asking the same question we have discussed very completely. I think you have not listened to it. Answer me, I have told one thing. Why? Because equals method is coming to string buffer, string builder, and string class. All three classes, it is coming from the object class, which is the parent of all classes. Fine. Second point is, inside the object class, whatever body is there for equals method, it will compare the references of objects, not the actual content. Fine. In case of string class, they have overridden that method, because of which, in case of string class, if you use equals method, it is comparing the actual content. But wherein for string buffer and string builder, it is comparing the references, because in the string buffer and string builder, they have not overridden that method. So only the parent behavior is acting like same. This thing I have told 4 times in the today's entire class. I am telling 5th time. Okay now? Kindly focus. It will be a great help for you. Because for me also it is painful, right? To tell 5, 6, 7 times. And they will ask in the interview. That is very important. Munazza, everyone in the class. That is interview as question. Why it is giving references here? Why not in the string class? Just to understand your behind the scene understanding of Java. Okay. So make sure you know these things. All right, guys. Thank you for joining me in today's class. We will meet again. If you are a part of our fast track Spring Boot batch, we will meet at 10 a.m. If you're not a part of fast track batch, we will meet tomorrow exactly at 7 a.m. and continue the journey of exception handling in Java. Okay, now? Everyone? Thank you, guys.